In this video, we're going to be building a Shopify store completely from scratch, no fluff, no filler. Let's just get right into it. As you can see on my screen right now, this is Shopify's main page. If you guys want to get started with Shopify, make sure you use the first link down in the description. It's how you're going to get access to getting started with them for only $1 for your first month, which is like the best deal possible. Again, it's the easiest way to get started with them and start building your store. Plus, you'll get 3 months on that $1 plan, and you'll also get access to a free trial. So you don't even have to put your credit card in, even if you don't want to. You can literally get started for free. First thing we're going to do is enter in our email address and hit start free trial, which should take us into this next page here, where we'll just have to create a quick little password here. Again, you can make it anything you want, whatever your password is, and hit create Shopify account. Once you hit the create Shopify account, it should take a few minutes to load everything up properly, and it should take us into this next page here. Now, on this page here, they're going to start asking us a few questions. This is kind of their guided setup wizard. In the interest of time, so I don't waste your time here, what we're going to do is we're going to skip these. This is really only helpful if you're like really new to building Shopify stores, which I'm assuming most of you watching this video probably have some experience. So we'll skip over this part. You can go through these questions if you'd like, but we're just going to skip them for the sake of time. And then this will take us to the next page, which is their pricing plans. Now, the thing about the free trial is there are going to be a limited amount of features that you're going to get access to. Some of those features are important. Some of those features aren't so important. But again, if you want to just get started immediately with the first 3 months for only $1, you can do so on this page right here. As you can see, their basic plan, Shopify plan, advanced plan, every single one of them, only $1 first 3 months, which is a really good deal, especially if you get something like the Shopify plan or the advanced plan. But the basic plan for most people is going to be probably what you're going to be starting with. It's the most popular plan. It's probably the easiest. So we don't really need to do any of this right now though, so we'll skip and we'll decide later. Next stop here is we are officially inside of our Shopify dashboard. Also, notice in the bottom right corner here, 3 days left in your trial. This is kind of nice to see, just to kind of know, okay, November 23rd, at the time of filming this video, this is like what, the 20th. So we have 3 days left to completely for free build our Shopify store and get everything off the ground and running without having to worry about being charged while we're doing it, which is really nice. Gives a very nice like peace of mind. Next thing we want to do is we're going to start actually setting up our store. Now there's a few things that we can do in order to kind of make this process a little bit easier. They have a setup guide where you basically kind of a checklist of everything that you need to do in order to set this up properly. And we'll kind of go through that and guide you through that as well. The first thing they have you do is add your first product. Now you can do a few different things here. You can either click the add product button and add your own products, whether that be, a t-shirt that you're selling, if you're a clothing company, or maybe some kind of handmade good, or just whatever. If you have the goods that you are personally storing on hand, right? If you're running like a clothing business and you have like actual inventory inside your house or something, that's where you would click the add product button. Importing products, this is if you're a drop shipper or if you have products stored somewhere else or some kind of logistics location and they have data about that, you can load them in. One of the easiest ways to do this if you're drop shipping is to get started with something like Zendrop, which again, this is my go-to for anything concerning importing products or drop shipping products. This is what I use, and they have a crazy good deal going on right now. If you guys want to get started with them, make sure you use the link down in the description. But as you can see, 50% off for your first month. So instead of only $79 a month, it'll be $39.99 a month for the first month, which is a really good deal. Highly would recommend getting started with Zendrop. I use them on a daily basis. They have an amazing catalog of products that you can import, and it's easy. It's literally just like 3 buttons that you have to click, and after you click those buttons, you'll import products on your Shopify store super easily. So again, really awesome tool. Highly recommended. For the sake of this video, just because I don't want to show you the whole setup process of Zendrop, again, you can obviously put in your email address, name on your card, and everything, get set up that way. We'll just add a product for now just to show you how this works. As you can see, you'll have a title, description, and a couple of other important details you'll add. We're going to keep this super basic and basically just show you a quick example. So we'll call this a gym t-shirt as the title. For the description, again, we can make this just about anything. We'll say that it is gym wear for busy business owners or something like that. And again, you can use ChatGPT, or they even have a built-in generate text button that you can actually start generating for this. So it makes it even easier. Once we have that all filled out, we'll then add media. This is just basically photos of the actual t-shirt, photos of the actual product that we're selling, 3D models, videos, just anything that gives a visual to people. This is definitely must always include media. Pricing, make sure your margins are decent on this. It should auto calculate the actual margin that you're going to get, which is actually really cool. As you can see, cost per item, we can say, let's say, we charge, let's call it $37 for this t-shirt. Let's say it costs us maybe about $8 to make the t-shirt. So that's a pretty good margin, 78%. So that's a $29 profit that we're taking. Usually clothing industry is a little bit higher though, if you want high quality products. So let's say it's like $15, we get about a 59% 29% margin, which decent, but again, it's clothing, so not high margins in the first place. Next thing, we definitely want to track inventory. It's always helpful, and you want to make sure you're not selling stuff that you don't have in stock. I've seen tons of people make that mistake, so make sure you have track inventory on. Shipping also is helpful. You want to put in the actual weight of the product itself. And then there's some other stuff here too. You can add specific search engine optimization. You can add category meta fields and just a few other things. I don't really mess around with those too much though. Most of the time I'm driving traffic directly to the site in the first place, so that's all I really care about. Once we have all this, we can then go up to the top and hit the save button, which should then take us back to the main page. Congratulations, you have added your first product. Woohoo, cool. Now we can go back to the home page, and as you can see, that is our first step done out of nine steps total that we have to complete. Describing your online store in seconds. In this, either you can do a few things here. You can generate a custom theme with their AI theme generator, or you can browse their pre-made themes. I think their pre-made themes are actually pretty good, and there's a lot of really good ones. I don't really like changing from the Dawn theme. I think the Dawn theme is pretty decent for what it does and what it actually can do on your Shopify store. So we'll go ahead and go with the Dawn theme. We can customize this, but I'm honestly just going to go with this for now, and we'll head back to the homepage. So what we'll do is we'll just say Dawn. I don't know if it'll actually do that. I think it's going to generate a theme for me in a second here. Let's see. Okay, so it actually is giving me a few things here. We'll just try this theme here and just kind of put that as a placeholder. I like the way this looks actually. It doesn't look too bad. Not bad. So we'll let this load up here. All right, it's loaded up. Let's head back to the homepage, and boom, next step complete. Next up is adding a custom domain. Now, there's a few things you can do here. You can buy a new domain with this or connect an existing domain. I personally, while we're setting this up, we don't really need to do any of this, but your domain is very important. Please try to buy a good domain. Try to get .com. Most people don't like buying from random other sites with weird extensions. Try to get a .com domain name, and make sure it's short too. The shorter it is, the better. The easier it is to type in, the easier it is to find, and it's just easier for everybody involved. But as you can see, we already have kind of a existing domain that Shopify just gives us as default. So we can go ahead or go forward rather with that domain and not really worry too much. So yeah, once we have that picked out, we'll head back to the home page here. No, this is optional. You can basically skip this part. So we'll head on to the next thing, which is store settings. Next up, we name our store. This is a really great way to just kind of keep things organized. This isn't necessarily like the store name that pops up in front of people. As you can see, these details could be publicly available, but do not use your personal information for some of this stuff. Store name, we'll just call this Gym Store. Again, you can make yours however creative you want it to be. Doesn't really matter that much. Once we have that, we'll then go back and see what our next step is. So next up, we have our shipping rates. We want to set up our shipping rates. This is important depending on the types of products you're selling and the weight that they have, as well as where you're actually shipping them in the first place. And for this part, we can choose just about anything here. And for this part, they're basically just general shipping rates, custom shipping rates, expected delivery dates. You can obviously edit all of these depending on what type of product you're selling. I can't really guide you through this part because it's very case by case. It depends on what types of products you're selling, the types of store that you're running, where you're located in the world. So you kind of have to do this based on your own personal needs and guidelines. Just make sure you set this up properly before you obviously continue with running your storefront. Next up is setting up Shopify payments. This is pretty easy to do. You just click on the Go to Shopify Payments tab, complete account setup, enter your credit card details, any bank account information, and once that's all set up, people can start paying you on Shopify payments, and you'll get paid, which is like the most important part that most of you probably care about. So once that's set up, that should be good to go. Next is picking a plan. This is just how we can get more out of our business. We talked about that earlier with the pricing plans. Again, you don't have to do this yet. You're still in the free trial, but as you can see, every single plan, no matter which one you go with, is $1 for your first 3 months if you use the link down in the description. So again, nice little benefit there. Up next really is pretty much that's it. Launching your online store. You can place a test order here to test any of the orders and remove your store password so people can actually access it in the first place. Really quick little last thing here. Just want to show you kind of how the actual theme editor works. Want to head over to your online store tab, click the themes button, then click customize, which should take you to the theme editor. This is the theme editor. Very easy to use, guys. This is not complicated. It's drag and drop. Most of this stuff you can start editing by either clicking on it or clicking into it. And then on the left, it should pop up with your editable options where you can just start changing things. You can change just about anything you can think of, whether it's the background image, the image overlay opacity, the banner height, desktop content position, the actual words that they're saying, right? What are the actual theme settings that we're looking at here with the actual words that we want to change? Let's say we want to say, instead of opening soon, we wanted to say something else like Gym Store, which is what we titled it, right? Or something like that. As you can see, super easy to do, very intuitive, should be very straightforward. Once this is all good to go, you'll then head up to the top, hit the save button, and then obviously obviously that password, you can remove that password too, so that way people can access your website. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment down below what type of website you're planning on creating. Hopefully you guys like this more raw style video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like it and subscribe. See you next time.